Hello, REBBL GMAN Division 4C. It is I, GMAN Mercury Recapper, once again joined by Lord Brainlord.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone. This one's being recorded on Saturday rather than Wednesday because I started a new job pulling pints and I have to close on Thursday and Friday. I've only worked 4 days and already I can tell I'll want to blow my brains out uh, before the end of my 3 months. I'm just doing it so I can get some money for traveling and that. But yeah, so you might see this happen quite a bit for the next few game weeks. And by the next few, I mean all of them, unless I quit because I have a breakdown because some customers are being racist to me, even though I'm white. Usually, that might happen, but otherwise, you can expect sometimes, or pretty much most of the time, at this stage, a Saturday recording, maybe a Wednesday. There are Wednesdays that are open. I could do Wednesdays. But it could mean that we won't record until Saturday, and this is the case this week. Um, but without further ado, this will be a shorter one because some games have already been played because we're recording so late. So right to play, but of course you have royally bodged me up because you're not conforming to my schedule. So we'll just do the schedule from last week and looking at the teams as they are. Some of them might be influenced by a game or two played this week, but we don't care. Without further ado, let's run into the first game of the game week. Rorimbo Orcs versus Alligatorade in a matchup that we predicted to be probably a win for the Orcs turned out to be anything but, as the
Yeah,
Lizards made it 2-0. And it's
gotta
something
say fair play, haven't you?
you got to say fair play. It's not 100% nailed on that the Orcs would win. To be fair, there's a lot of players on that Lizard team, so any injury they inflict isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world unless they do it to a Saurus. And with all that 8 movement stunty, they can be a decent scoring threat. But I will feel like Rorimbo would be wondering what could have been in a match which could easily fizzle out to a draw, but I think he also had the general skill advantage. What do you think?
Yeah, I didn't watch this one, but I think he might be frustrated. But like you say, this was on the edge. I think Dark Souls been due some good luck, hasn't they? So
Yeah, yeah.
it just looks fairly cut and dry, I guess. Ultimately,
Yeah, so congratulations there. I guess he's still proving us wrong by keeping his niggled skink, his strength 1 skink, his armored down Saurus, and a niggled Saurus. Or maybe he's fired it in the meantime. One can hope. In our next
I don't know.
game, we see a 2-1 win for the Dusseldorf Rainfire, the Dark Elves versus the Duostuco Dragons, the High Elf team that was incredibly beaten up. And I don't think this is a result that is too crazy. And if we look at what happened in terms of blocks exceeded, 65 blocks for the Dark Elves, 23 blocks for the Duostuco Dragons. I mean, you have a whole healthy team of Dark Elves beating a pretty fragile and weak High Elf team. It seems that maybe the just everything worked for the Dark Elves in a cohesive manner, as befitting their standard as not a dead elf team. They just can manage to control the blocking game, which, to be honest, although you have catchers on the High Elf team, you can play the agility, the kind of running. You don't have to be standy and fighty like Dark Elves sometimes are. You are definitely going to feel like you are better at that, especially with the catchers being underdeveloped on the High Elf team. Uh,
Yeah, I think you start with so many more skills as a Dark Elf team anyway, and then in
yes.
this, such a massive imbalance between these two. Destiny Dragons has some pretty bad luck as well. To run through his rerolls, first action double skulls, Wizard Fireball, it did nothing. So it was never going to happen, but he was fighting an uphill battle anyway, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't looked at his perms or anything yet, but if he's escaped without any perms, then hey, not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, bad MVP, but I think you got some decent amount of SVP around. I think he won't hate that really. This was never going to be a win. I think he'll be all right about it.
He's still, if his season's pretty much just a rebuilding season, the entire season. If he gets results, then that's
Absolutely.
pretty good. Um, but yeah, commiserations there to those high elves. We go on to the next game with Barks Mischiefs, his Skaven versus GMM's Messages. Messages. Once
Do it
again,
different every week. Yeah.
yeah, she's going to turn into. I'm not going to pronounce your name. Uh,
Didn't
but
win this one. Didn't watch this one. Sorry, but a lot of blocks, isn't it? By the old
yeah,
rats.
you don't really expect the rats to like out block an orc team, but my god, did they?
More
Um,
AV breaks as well.
yeah, I mean there is a decent amount of mighty blow on the rat team, but it's still pretty insane. One can assume
Yeah.
either Rattlesnake didn't have the right kind of block dice. Um, he rolled like a fair amount of pals. I mean, he rolled more skulls than pals, but it wasn't like it was just one-sided. Um,
This would have been an interesting one to watch, really. Yeah, because it's hard to see what would have happened here. How did this go down?
yeah, I mean, what it looks like is that still this could have been a situation where like Wolfbark managed to make the turn 6 or 7 play to strip him of the ball. The Orcs never got it back in hand, and then Wolfbark, through clever play and all that, either managed to grind for 8 turns or score in 3 or 4, but then completely shut out the Orcs because the Orcs did no real attrition, and also they have to always be wary and careful of just straight up being hit by a Horn Strength 3 Gutter Runner and losing the ball wherever they go. So that's a good result for Wolfbark. The
Absolutely.
Orc team is like a little bit newish compared to his Skaven, but nonetheless, I
Yeah.
feel like it's still a hard matchup.
Yeah, he was down 300 or whatever, wasn't he? But yeah, Wolfbark's just looking so good, isn't he? That's all I
Yep.
can say.
Yep.
How will he ever lose a game?
Has he lost the game? He hasn't.
He
No.
he drew his first one, but then since then
Well,
it's crazy.
I was always gonna probably pip Wolfbark for like top position anyway.
We talked about pre-season, didn't we? Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
so he just seems to be living up to the hype, which is good. You like to see a high flyer fly high.
absolutely.
Our next game is a bit of a surprise, actually, because it's a 2-1 victory for the Calradian Crusaders, the Nurgle team, our most rookie team in the Div, really, versus Legion of Dead Metal, Krepslim's 3-season-old necromantic team, wherein not only did the Calradian Crusaders keep it quite equal in terms of KOs and injuries and all that, removals, outblocked the necromantic, and managed to come away with a 2-1 win. I did not watch this. I haven't watched any of the games because, as I say,
I did watch this, but it wasn't
watch
wasn't crazy exciting. But yeah, Nurgle scored 2 touchdowns. When does that happen? What a
Amazing.
treat!
He's got a perfect MVP there on a Pestigore as well. So that's hats off to the Nurgle. They managed to not only get a little bit of decent development and level out there at least, but won in probably their most like daunting matchup.
Yeah, they managed to sort of make it into a mess, which is exactly what they want and what nobody else wants. And all I've written in my notes is that Crep got a foul appearance and rerolled into another foul appearance, which maybe he was just devastated by that.
Yeah, well that's why even when you like have to reroll foul appearance because it's like necessary for the game, don't reroll foul appearance. Every time I reroll foul appearance, it just turns into a snake. I mean, it's better than you like dying or like getting turned over, but still, it sucks.
It's really just does. I'd be gutted. Although he did manage to remove someone on red dice, so it was just a weird game. But I think Nurgle like weird, messy games.
Yeah, definitely. We'll now move on to Block You Like a Hurricane, the Khemri team facing Shurgard Elf Storage, Karl Jaeger, and we now return to the Karl Jaeger.
Oh, your Karl Jaeger accent. That's
Yippee. Okay, well, hold on there. Sorry, I'm not gonna like cut this from the recording. Once again, I just managed to hit my mute button. But yeah, back to the Karl Jaeger report. I should really like acknowledge Karl Jaeger like more vigorously, being like, oh, "Okay, man," and be like, "Oh, they keep them coming." But what Karl Jaeger said was, he wanted to do, he wanted to, he doesn't have tools open to defense. But if he makes mistakes, he can make it a 2-1 loss. He wanted to set up a 2-turner, but he's snaked. He lost 5 players by turn 4.
Wow.
Almost got pitch cleared.
This is grim, isn't it? I mean, this was always going to be a bit wow.
He ended up 2-1 because he got a turn 16 quick snap, which made him able to score a one turner with 4 players. And he thinks that if he had maybe been able to do the 2-turner, it could have been a 2-2. It could have been a win. It could have been anything, which is probably a fair assessment. It could have definitely been a draw if it weren't for the fact that you snaked it on the 2-turner.
Yeah.
And
But
also, eight blocks succeeded for the elves, 32 blocks succeeded for the
those armor
Henry,
breaks.
23 armor breaks.
Yeah.
This
Versus one.
This is probably a dicing. It's probably a dicing if you
But
saw one.
you can't forget, of course, Shergard had like the lineman team. He had three catchers, two of them rookies, and just linemen.
Absolutely, I just like the idea.
So yeah.
I like the armor statistic of 17 success, 22 failure.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, insane.
Yeah, tough game for Cal Jaeger there. But you got to say, pretty valiant effort for like an unrecognizable Wood Elf team.
Well, at least his players are back.
Next game he gets his Treeman. His Treeman got broken ribs. Trees don't even have ribs.
Broken trunk.
Yeah.
Broken trunk. Well, speaking of breaking, because this guy breaks everyone's teams, it's Calcium versus Dark Quark in Thermonuclear Pom's game versus the Alfheim Artists, and
Oh yeah.
again, Calcium in the GMAN chat was like, I need to stop dicing my opponents. It's not even funny anymore. I mean, like, if you look at his injuries inflicted and all that, it's not too crazy or anything, right? This wasn't a game where he just like cast someone to nonsense. He just scored like three
goals.
Yeah, which I wish I could have watched this game, to be honest, because this did seem pretty insane. But again, as I say, working at a pub now.
This was a good game, I would say.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched this one. Yeah, it's probably the game of the week if I'm gonna have to say that.
What was the crazy? What was the insane stuff? Like, was it like sweltering heat takes out 10 each time?
It was very sunny rather than sweltering heat. But I think basically the big thing was for the second touchdown. Chaos Dwarves managed to outmaneuver the Dark Elves. He's like the two bulls run down and take on 5 elves by themselves while the rest of the team keeps the rest of the elves busy. And they managed to sack the ball, pick it up, and score just with those two. Gotta say fair play to that. It was good to watch, though.
Yeah. I mean, fair play. I mean, he leveraged his strength advantage. And then... Sounds like it, at least. I don't know. I mean,
it was going to be... Yeah, I think I've got a note here. Dan Quite was going to be 2-1, but he snaked the dodge to run it in for the 2-1, and then a massive 3 hobgoblin passing play from one end zone to the other. So, yeah, this was a little bit ridiculous, but it was a great game to watch.
Of course, yeah. Well, the mad one, but credit to Calcium for once again. Some people say like you get dice once, that sucks. But if you dice someone 4 times, that's skill. That's blood loss.
Just means you're just good at rolling dice, aren't you? Not to be underestimated.
Precisely.
Feel bad for Dark Quark, but he's been going through it this season.
Well, hopefully he has some better games in the future. Our last game for the week is Freya's Guard versus the Open Craft Beers. Norse. That is. I almost said Nurgle. Norse versus Chaos in one of the most bloodiest games.
I watched this. This was ridiculous again.
Yeah, 4 KOs inflicted, 6 injuries inflicted by the Norse compared to 2 KOs inflicted, 3 injuries inflicted by the Chaos. I think 2 quite important pieces on the Chaos team suffered some perms. Wow.
Yeah, Chaos would have the 5 by turn 10. I've never seen that. I mean, it was just brutal. Really big on the Norse just maximising the blocks. He re-rolled jump up twice just to make sure he's getting those mighty blow frenzy hits in many blocks as possible.
Armor being 58% for the Chaos says quite a lot. Although there is Claw on the team for the Norse and all that, still kind of sucks.
Oh, I bet a special note just for you is your favourite player, Angel of Harlan, the tackle first beastman. He got taken down on red dice because he didn't have on a both down because he didn't have block.
Wow. So I hope that now that like now just lays out for our chaos coach. Don't do it. Don't take tackle only. Maybe
And that's what happens.
maybe in some tabletop tournament meta it's like acceptable, but here, oh no, baby, it's not. Shit. Well, that's made my day. That's made my week.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was missing when I was like cleaning up glasses after like a Friday night in a pub. I was like, oh, I hope a tackle only beastman gets like murked because of a both down.
Then you got some kind of notification on your phone.
Fam, I just saw something that you'll like. And I just pull up the clip of that thing getting smushed. I'm like, makes it all worth it.
I can mop up all this sick quite happily.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, this and also the alcohol that I get to have after the night by taking it from the fridge. I just,
Hey, that's a perk.
That's the perk. Well, I pay for it. They make us pay for it.
Really. It's less of a perk, isn't it? Yeah. I can also buy alcohol.
Yeah, that's true. But like Mr. Tim Witherspoon gives it to me for like 20% off at least.
Oh, that's nice of him.
That's very nice of him. And you know what? Brexit means Brexit. I agree, Mr. Tim.
Yes. Thanks. Just sell me more cheap beer.
Please, I want my Birra Moretti. We will now move on, however, to the teams. Again, quick sharp. We'll do this quick sharp. I don't know how, like... Oh, we're 16 minutes in, so we're making great progress. Boom, let's do it.
Let's just stop it here. Why even...
yeah. Well, that's your 16-minute recap, guys. I hope you, like... you waited, like, a week
like and
for
subscribe.
But, yeah, nothing else is really... there's a dirty player now on Crepslam's team, which is nice.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. He needs that. Unfortunately, his white with tackle Mighty Blow guard is out for the next game.
That's going to hurt him. He doesn't have a lot of guard, does he?
He doesn't have a lot of guard. Luckily, he has a bit of tackle still. His team looks still pretty good. Nothing else new apart from those 2 events. Very good team. We'll move on. Carl Jaeger, however, now has a team that isn't just a Lion Elf team.
It looks like an elf team again, doesn't it?
Well, apart from the War Dancer with 2 agility and 4 strength, that's not...
It's still a strange wood elf team, that's fair, isn't it?
That's just like a fast, armored down...
It's not like anything, is it? It's such a weird piece.
It's like a Nurgle warrior, really.
A stribble Nurgle warrior.
Very fast Nurgle warrior. Leaps. But yeah, I mean, like, to be honest, it's not too much bad about the team, and although we keep saying Carl Jaeger's in a death spiral, Carl Jaeger constantly plays this game with like 5 players in every game. Actually, look at his team. Look at his team. He has like 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, and if he wants to buy an extra like catcher or a linesman, he has a full team, rostered team that is.
And yeah, a good tree man, a great tree man actually, a great catcher, 2 great war dancers. It's not a trope, and even a good lineman.
I'm surprised his team like is actually looking like this plump and healthy. I would have expected it to be a lot worse after how many times like the Carl Jaeger report comes and he's like, I was pitch cleared, I had to do a 1-turner with like 3 people and it worked, and I was like, what? And
how is he scraping through? Yeah.
I think a lot of this is because of Cowboy, the super catcher, and also his war dancers when they can help.
He's very good, isn't he? Really.
Yeah. I mean, Carl Jaeger's team looks pretty good. I don't think he's picked up anything new, as far as I can tell. That's to be expected, considering your team didn't exist last game. But,
yeah, still refusing to get any SPP on Gamer Pile.
Oh, absolutely.
Love to see that.
Yeah.
He's made it through every game.
Which is good. Well done, Gomer Pile. You're really living up to your namesake. In terms of Rimbo's team, which is the next team up, I don't believe he's picked up anything new. Could be wrong, but...
Yeah, you got one, but I can't think of what it would be.
No, this looks the same as it ever was. So we're going to move on.
Oh yeah, this is the same, isn't it? Again, I like those lovely Black Orcs, and the rest of the team is fine.
They need stuff on the Blitzers. The Blitzers are, in my opinion...
Yes, definitely. So they could be nice, though.
They could be.
One day.
If we look at Dark Quark's team is literally the same. There's apart from like The replacement Witch Elf's got like 1 SPP on the replacement Witch Elf.
Got to pass off, yeah.
Yeah, you got to pass off on linesman as well, like that.
I think that might have even been last week, but yeah, it's just a slow case, and he needs that Witch Elf.
What I really think
Right.
Dark Quark wants to do is just pick up with Sandro Botticelli and like do a pass. Just do it. Just do
Just
it.
yeah, first, turn 1, grab it and do it. Just a couple of 2+s.
Because it does sound like, it does look like, in my opinion, that like Dark Quark, like plans his game like I do to just like, okay, I want to put my things in position here and there and there. I want to like be able to do this action when he could, for example, like dick around for a turn or two. Because I like to just go, okay, single-minded, let's go for this thing straight away. Like I'll go for a 2-turner if I've made my mind up. I want to be in defense most of the time. When in reality, a lot of 2-turners can be like an easily 3 or 4-turner at least.
You can always do the. There's a pro elf coach in the Div 5 getting 10 completions 2 games in a row. You can piss around as elves and get those SPP.
You absolutely can, and I think that's probably what you should do, Dark Quark. Just pass on him. I like just do it.
Pass 5 times with Frida Kahlo. There you go.
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, that might be a bit excessive.
It's a little bit ambitious, but hey, aim high.
Yeah.
As they say, yeah, aim for the moon and whatever.
And we now move on though to the poor Chaos team.
Yeah, this is sad, isn't it? Didn't expect this to happen.
So a move to, well, I expected that to happen. This is like this is pretty par for course. It moved down on that mighty blow only Chaos Warrior. Not the worst thing in the world. You can survive with just a move down. But this is
5 to 4 is not huge, is it? Yeah.
This is a key thing. His warrior with Blodge mighty blow is niggling.
That is bad though, isn't it? Because it's not. It's probably not worth firing, but it's just going to be a big liability.
I hate niggles so much to the point that I'm willing to fire like pretty much any piece unless it's like a Skaven Gutter Runner with like Rog and Edge up, because that thing is useful anyway. Shouldn't be getting hit, etc. The Chaos Warrior, who's in his job description to get hit, especially with Blodge, that's too much a liability for me. However, he has the very valid argument of saying, well, he's Blodge Strength 4 and Armor 9. He will only be found out in the game when he has to face like Claw, Tackle, Mighty Blow, piling on, for example.
He's still pretty solid, isn't he? Especially with dodge.
Yeah,
as an extra.
and he won't find many other teams in this division who will take advantage of that, to be honest.
I feel like this is the worst he's going to get beaten up all season, probably.
Yeah, he can decide whether or not to like turn into a rebuilding season now, or he just wants to keep his players. I think you could definitely keep doubting Thomas Beer, but hop in Beer, it might be something that you think about replacing at some point. It's up to him. I don't like niggles. I don't mind an edge bust. I don't mind a move bust. An AV bust sucks, but with Blodge it's okay. That amount of claw that happens at the higher divs, it doesn't really matter as much. Niggle though,
But yeah, it's the worst, apart from a minor strength.
Yeah, definitely. So poor Chaos. We now move on to the Norse, and he took his own fair share of attrition that last game as well. He took a move.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was one-sided. Yeah, they were just both getting smashed.
Yeah, he took a move down on linesman, and edge down on linesman, and let's see, his alpha runner M&G. So of course they both took like M&Gs and stat busts. Although the Chaos got like a whole lot worse, obviously, because of what got taken out. But this does mean that Glordian for his next game is a little bit of an issue, not too much.
Yeah, he's not got a lot of money in the bank.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Like if nothing dies this next game, he'll be fine.
Yeah, I think it's not too much to worry about, is it?
Yeah, the only issue is that he is missing one of his alpha runners, but hey, you've got a strength 5 linesman, so it doesn't really matter anyway.
Yeah, he covers for that.
Let's look at Dark Ussel's team. His oh my god, yes.
I know. I'm sad.
He's done it. He's fired this after 5 consecutive weeks. Maybe 5. I can't remember. I can't count. After however many consecutive weeks, 4 of us telling him you got to fire that skink. It's useless. He did.
I'm sad. I want it back now. I regret it.
I don't. It's certainly fucking dead. He hasn't fired the Slinglesaurus. That's my next sticking point. Fire it.
Yeah, I think you got to fire that, haven't you?
Yeah. Otherwise,
You could have.
there's nothing new on this team. There might be like a sidestep or something, but
Yeah, he's not getting enough SCP in the last couple of games, is he?
yeah, I just not. And like, I hate lizards because lizards are a team where, okay, when the lizards are all online, that's fine. But when a lizard team, um, like has a blowout win, like scores 5 touchdowns, who's gonna score those touchdowns? Skinks. And you don't
Yeah,
care
it's
about
all
them.
just wasted anyway, isn't it? Yeah.
You can't even maybe you can hand off, but if you're gonna like trying to hand off to like a Saurus in a blowout game, usually you win by like 2 touchdowns rather than the 5. So
Yeah, these 4-ups are not getting too much done.
yeah,
And yeah, because that's why he probably isn't getting rid of their niggle, because even getting just the block is such a pain, but
absolutely, yeah. So I don't.
probably has to be done.
Yep. So yes, added to the team. Oof, yawning because it's very late into the night.
This is really high end
Oh yeah,
recap we're doing
this is with high end and also high octane. I think everyone
here.
will
It's
agree.
extremely high energy.
We'll look at now Calcium's team. Yep, he's got the 2 claw mighty blow. His other blockers are kind of shit. He hasn't got anything like new, I don't think. Yeah, he's got like a kick on a dirty player, but I think we've
Yeah, is
already
that
seen that.
new? Or I don't know. His kick is good though, isn't it? He's
Yeah,
gonna
kick's
help out
good.
a lot.
I like it. And plus, like, it's also secret dirty player times 2 because you kick as a dirty player, and therefore you got double kicking skills.
It
So
makes sense. You got very well developed calves, I reckon.
exactly.
Like a cyclist.
Oh god, yeah. Imagine like who's the doping guy? Lance Armstrong
Oh yeah,
kicking you in the head.
he'd be great at fouling. He's got a bit of a hobgoblin vibe with his doping and everything. I think he could have
Oh
a
yeah.
second career.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like when in like 20 years time, when like the effects of steroids have taken their toll, all of his muscle is broken down, he's hunched over, he'll look definitely like a
His
hobgoblin.
skin greening up. He's got his old man pajamas on with a little hat. Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Oh god. Where
Very serious analysis here.
we're giving you biting commentary of the state
It's
of
got a cycling
things.
scandal from 17 years ago.
Oh yeah, everyone here loves cycling and
That's what they tune in for.
they're like, oh my god, yeah, Lance Armstrong, what a bastard.
So I think we skipped through all the games in 16 minutes to make extra time for this.
Yeah, oh, yeah, this is pure
Cycling
this
patter.
is pure bollocks. We'll move on to Sky Talon's team. Uh,
You had a
because
lovely time.
yeah, why not? Just because we can like get away from that bollocks conversation we're having.
Just rely under that.
There's to stop chatting shit. There's nothing that's changed about this team apart from the second thrower is now on the team.
Hey, hey, which I like that. I think that's a good move.
I think that's a good move. We recommended it to him. He's taken our advice, and we love it when people take our advice. So you win our Gold Star Coach Decision of the Week.
Yay!
Yay! Otherwise, nothing else has changed. It's the same
Is that
team.
stand firm on the Tomb Guardian? Did you already have that?
Oh, no, that might be new actually. No, that might be new.
Which is a nice choice.
Yeah,
I'm sure he would have preferred block, but yeah.
that's the perfect. Yeah. Oh no, he also got Mighty Blow on another one of the Tomb Guardians.
So yeah, they're looking pretty solid now, aren't they?
The Tomb Guardians also solid. He's got the Mighty Blow on Claws Mean, which is new. I think Stand Firm's new. So there were new things to the team. Yeah.
It's looking pretty tasty, really.
It's solid, it's uniform. It'll absolutely have games where it just like removes 2 or 3 pieces on turn 1 in like drive 1 and then, just makes the game trivial.
Yeah, 6 mighty blow. It can work out.
As it did against Carl Jaeger. So
Yeah, he knows. Yeah.
congratulations, Scarlet Talon. You've got a great team. I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to do well, get together some wins this season. He could be a dark horse.
I think that's a good shout. Absolutely.
We'll then move on to Ricky Titans, Diastuco Dragons. He's got. What has he got then? Has he got anything that's new? I think he might.
Ooh.
I think he's picked up.
Is Miri leveled up?
Well, Miri might have. Yep, Miri might have leveled up. He's also bought, I think, a Lone Alliance when they got the MVP.
Oh yeah, Varani and Elenin.
Yeah.
I looked up this. These are all, I think, Spanish clowns. The names of his team. Correct
Really?
me if I'm wrong. Ryan, send us a letter. Send us an email.
Is that why there's a catch called It?
Because I guess it is a clown. Yeah, that's what I think.
He also had, at one point he had like 2 or 3 It's. Like,
Because yeah, there was "It Is Dead," wasn't there? The classic little banner text that came up.
oh yeah, absolutely. So
But yeah,
yeah.
he's still alive. It's slow going, but it's looking all right. The positionals have all, block on a couple of catches is better than on no catches.
Yeah, I mean, like, this team isn't horrible. Like, it's...
Four dodge, it's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like, you would say, look at an elf team like this and go, oh, I expect to see that. Like, you expect to see, like, an elf team not have a full complement of players. You expect it to be
Yeah.
owners. The only issue is, like, there's no 1 or 2, like, superstar players. Like, Popoff is the closest thing to a superstar player, and he's not even that impressive looking.
Yeah, if he gets leap, maybe he's becoming a little bit spicy. But yeah, it's like there's if this team had one amazing player, it would be a pretty good team. But until that, it's a little bit. Just need some more games. Only had 17 games, I think.
Yeah, it's like Gunnerside's high elf team. Well, that team it's pretty like cohesively good, but like it had a star thrower that has like strong arm, accurate.
Yeah, I love
dodge.
I've got an Agi 6 thrower, which is the only reason my team ever works.
See, yeah, like if it had like one of those, it'd be like pretty damn good. But for now, it's like it can win games. It definitely can if it can like survive. And that's my feeling.
I think I reckon he's probably just happy to build up, isn't it? Just don't have anyone die, and then next season you'll be great.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
maybe nick a win here or there.
We'll now quickly move on to Project Angel's Calradian Crusaders. And he got blocked on another Pestigore. Now, this is probably where I put in my 2 cents in the whole Nurgle building thing of... I think Project Angel, you should really have thought about either giving a Pestigore sure hands... I guess Jeremus is going to be a sure hands piece in the future, hopefully. You give one of them wrestle instead of block, or you just go
I would have liked to see one wrestle one, yeah.
yeah, or you go Mighty Blow, so you can build a Mighty Blow Claw piece as like a very decent removal potential piece from the get-go. Like block
What
up.
about going tackle first on one?
Yeah, you could go tackle first, but like then I'll beat your skull in. Don't do that. Do not go tackle first. Wrestle, as you know, is pretty good. You do need to sack a Pestigore at some point.
He's still got room for one more, hasn't he?
He does.
I'd like to see that be a wrestler.
So the 4th one should be a wrestler. I think Rainlord and I both agree. But yeah.
The other two are both close to their next level up, so they could get some. It's working out, I think, isn't it?
The most joyous thing I can imagine from the next game would be level up on Sultan Hakim. You get block on King Gareth, Ravith. You get sure hands, maybe, I think, on Jeremus. You could also give him Mighty Blow, but at the same time, this piece looks like it should be a bald carrot at this point.
Might as well put Mighty Blow on Artie Mena instead, who's also only a touchdown away.
Yeah, precisely. Like, the reason like Mighty Blow Claw as the first 2 skills works on a single Pestigore or a single Beastman is because it allows you to get like the kill skills online really quickly, and if you're always like assured of 2 dice, although 1/9s happen, it's okay, that kind of thing.
I think you can sort of cover one, can't you?
Yeah, it's like you don't want to wait too long to have like removal potential, just because Nurgle and Chaos slowly build up and they like bloat so quickly. You want something quite lean, quite trim, even in like a league setting. So yeah, that's the thing I want to see from this team: a Mighty Blow piece, and also make sure you get the sure hands online.
I think next game we could see one, couldn't we?
Definitely. So not too bad. We'll look at Wolfbark's team. This is a bit of a monster right now, I think.
Definitely. It sounded a little fuzzy, by the way. I don't know if you can do anything about that.
Oh no. Maybe. Well, we'll see.
We're not going to edit this.
Yeah, we're not.
I didn't want to say anything, but I'm like, actually, I'll mention it.
Yeah, if it goes fuzzy, you're like, why haven't they edited this? Well, it's because I don't want to right now.
Just too important.
Yeah, well, no, it's just more so like I just can't. Anyway, Anyway,
This team's still really good, isn't it? That's what else is there to say.
his strength 3 horns piece now has frenzy, which is a pretty nice addition. You know, you get so many chances on the ball now.
Yeah, 2 bites of the apple.
Definitely. Lovely jubbly. You love to see it. He is very close to legend on chittering quick thing. Um,
Yeah, we'll probably see that happen. I don't know what you'd even take there.
Wolfbark also picked on his Mighty Blow tackle piece that leveled up last game, or whatever. He picked Piling On, which is a very valid choice. I think Piling On is pretty solid. You do like to push your luck or push your rolls as Skaven anyway.
And as Wolfbark, I think he likes to go. He doesn't mind his rats being on the floor.
Absolutely. Although I would say one tiny, teensy little thing. Although Wolfbark is, I'd say, a more accomplished coach than I wouldn't have hated Juggernaut instead of piling on that piece, just because it gives you a much more reliable I'm going to hit Rog piece thing.
It's a useful thing to have in the lineup, isn't it? That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like having 2 pom pieces just so you can keep them on different sides of the pitch, and therefore you have like really great move potential on either side of the pitch. Like that's all solid. And also, if you do get the rare turn where you get both blocks with the vermin without having to use a blitz, then you know that's cool. But I do like Juggernaut a lot anyway. I think a Juggernaut piece on a Skaven team is fantastic.
It's the hip skill right now, and you're
Yeah.
going to see it more and more, I think.
Yeah, so good team. Nothing to really complain or talk about. We'll now move on to Dusseldorf Rainfire, coached by Siggy, racial insensitivity.
This is the other mega team. We've got to say it. We've been talking a lot about Wolfbug. This team also looks super imperious and is winning all its games quite handily.
Yeah, it's very true actually. Let's look at from start last month. Yep, win, 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 win. Yep, he's won all 4 of his played games. His team
Goal difference
is
of 9.
Pretty good. His team is okay. Like it's like as we said, it's not crazy good, but it's very solid.
I think he's one of the ones that it gives you as a coach enough to show you stuff.
Yeah,
And it looks like this guy has some stuff.
Yeah, it's like you realize one of the best things about the Dark Elf team is the Dark Elf team is good because they are just solid. They don't need special fancy things a lot of the time. Even just like one guard, one mighty blow somewhere is like more than enough.
Yeah, just pile that with Bloodstep and a bit of wrestle and you're having a great time.
Yeah, and Siggy racial insensitivity seems to be doing a lot with that.
Got an MNG on the Witch Elf, or has that happened in the future that I'm not actually supposed to know about?
That has not happened in the future. He's only played 4 games.
Alright, so that's now.
For this next game, he'll be without her. However, not the worst thing in the world. He still has 12 players for the next game, and with Frenzy block with the other Witch Elf, he should be okay still. He should be a pretty decent sacking option anyway.
Yeah, I think it's not going to be. I mean, even the one that's out isn't like incredible. They're just a wrestle Witch Elf.
Absolutely.
He'll be fine.
Yeah. We'll move on now to Ratsnick's G&M's messages. And
how are they doing?
okay, they're okay. Like he's got guard and the blitzer, which we've been gagging for a long time. It's very solid otherwise. Like there's nothing to complain about, nothing to point out that's like this is weird.
It's just a lovely, neat team, isn't it? It's nothing neat. Controversial.
Yeah, I mean the only controversial points are like, would you pick guard first on the Blackhawks? But like sometimes you want to get the win. I can see that. Like it's nothing special. He's got guard on the blitzer though, which is very well needed because you need mobile guard. Yeah, fantastic.
Looking great. Well done.
Well done, Rattlesnake. And with that, we've done all of the games that have been played.
Woo.
And all the teams, and we're not going to do predictions as we say because the games have been played. It would be a bit like running around.
I'm going to predict this is 3-0.
Look at me, I'm so funny. But we'll cover like this next week's games in full, and like them predicted next week. As we say though, like if it turns out that I have to record Saturday, this could very well be another situation where we don't do predictions. We apologize. We want you to give you the show that we know that you've come to know and love over the past few weeks. but of course.
Someone made that robot that does predictions now. I guess that can cover for us.
Oh yeah, we could do the Elo thing, but like, I that's so lazy. It was like whenever I'd have a section.
It's quite slack, isn't it?
Yeah, I was like last season. I would just be like, let's look at the tool that says how likely someone is to get into the Challenger playoffs, and I'd be like,
and read it out loud.
Yeah, loud for 5 minutes, and be like, yeah, that's pretty interesting, isn't it?
Thanks for this, guys.
Yeah, thanks for doing my work for me.
So yeah, you can look that up if you want at home.
Yeah, you can look it up and pack stops on the back if your elo says that you should win that, and if you won that, then like, oh, yay, well done. Of course, you could look up and say, oh, I should win this, and then lose horribly, and then, you know, you should feel bad about yourself.
It's worse, isn't it? Yeah, it just means you're a bad person.
I know, yeah. Yeah, I know that for a fact. I think I lost my game this week after being predicted you should probably win this.
Yeah, I was like 79% to win, so I was feeling ill going into my game, but luckily it worked out.
Yeah, it's awful like 2 weeks for my own league games, but before we turn this into Brainlord and I just like talking about ourselves and like
reminiscing,
making you listen to us talk about like, oh, my team did this and this is my fortune.
You'll never guess what. Oh, he ran 8 squares all by himself,
and then he snaked. Ah.
I'm sorry for not watching all the games this week. I would try and be doing that, but yeah, I just didn't do it this time.
Yeah, I would have much preferred to watch these games than what I did last night, which was like I was stacking away glasses at 1 or 2 a.m. and like I was taking Guinness glass out of the pot, and it just like been in the I guess what the dishwasher is, the glass cleaner. So it goes like from cold, it goes from hot to like cold real fast. And you know how glass is like.
If you stack them, they can, yeah.
Well, not even stack them. I was taking a glass and putting it down into the thing, and it just exploded for no real reason.
Wow.
I just like looked down at my hand. It's just like covered in glass, and like there are like shards. I'm like, oh my god.
Because they really shout. Like, it's like a windscreen or whatever when they go like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a Guinness glass as well, so it was really bad. Like, I woke up in the morning after like washing my hands off, and just like there's just these like really weird like red cuts everywhere. I'm like, oh no.
Wow. At least it wasn't a permanent injury, hey? That's a blood bowl joke.
Yeah, it could be a niggling injury. If only I'd rolled a 6 on the CAS dice.
This is the stuff people tune in for.
Yeah, hard-hitting cyclist commentary.
It's been a bit ropey, this one, hasn't it?
Well, yeah.
The next one will be better, I promise.
Well, no, this was great. This was great, and
That's
everyone.
True,
Well, this one's great, and everyone loved it. Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of positive comments in from all the coaches right now. They're saying how good it is.
Oh yeah, we definitely have. Well, this week we also got someone who said like he's really enjoying what we had to say. You know, again, like he's learned a lot. Thanks, guys. Wow. So again, thanks everyone for the YouTube comments. We can't stress this enough. It makes our job.
It's awesome to see. Yeah, you're all very nice.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun to see people be like, yeah, we really appreciate it, than people be like, nothing.
Just null the void.
Yeah, otherwise we wouldn't do this if everyone ignored it.
Exactly, you make it what it is, guys.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why we actually recorded this. I was like, briefly for a moment today, like, should we just let this lay for a week? But no, we did it. We mustered up.
Coupled it together.
Yeah, and now.
Just because we love you guys.
We love you guys, but we are going to now bid you adieu because we've just spent 5 minutes like wanking ourselves off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great to speak to you all again.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be back to normal next week. If not, then Saturday is the new normal. Get that into your schedules, your diaries. But until then, we'll catch you on the flip side. Stay safe, everyone, and remember, what's that catchphrase? Stay fabulous. Hi, my name is Bimmy Fabulous. Stay fabulous.
Stay fabulous.
See you guys.